Story time on how my ex-boyfriend cheated on me with his sister. Let's just get into it. So story starts and I'm dating this guy for like a year. We were the type of couple that was like, oh my god, like they're gonna last forever, like they're literally perfect. So he has a sister and she's like half a year younger than him. It's like not that crazy of an age difference, it's really close. So we all went to the same school and literally she hated me for no reason. Like her whole family loved me but her. First couple of months of us dating, like it was never like weird. I never had any suspicion. He was actually quite literally rude to his sister, so like I would never think anything of it. I mean, no one really does that, so it's, yeah. Anyways, this girl hated me for literally no reason, hated my guts, and talked bad about me around the whole entire school. But you know what? I let it slide because I loved his family and we were together, and I was like, why would I let your little sister stop me from dating you? I'm not gonna let that break us up. Anyways, that should have been my first red flag because he would tell me that I'm insane and I need to get over it. But yeah, that was really weird. Plus, my friends thought it was really weird, especially how he didn't really do anything. He just let it happen. So yeah, I should have took that as my first red flag because that's insane. You're not gonna do anything when your sister is bashing me around the whole entire school and to everybody. As time went on, like I would come over to their house and he was always like kind of weird with his sister. With his sister or not, he'd always make like really weird remarks about like how she looked and her body looked. It low-key kind of brushed me off like really weird, but I was like, okay, like that's his sister, like nothing weird like that, because who would think that you're banging your little sister? Not me. So one day I was planning on going to my friend's house and I told him, and he was like kind of being really weird about it. He was also just like a really controlling person. Like he would never let me hang out with my friends or anything or even go out. So I was just like, whatever, I didn't think much of it. We end up arguing and then I finally get to go because like he gets to go anywhere whenever he wants, so it's not really fair. So I was just hanging out with my friend in her bed and my boyfriend was just acting really weird. A weird that he's never acted before. Like he's like ghosting me and not talking to me. Just really weird, something he never did before. It made me feel so weird. So in his neighborhood, there's like a park. And mind you, this was like 10 o'clock at night. So his location is set at the park for like 30 minutes. And I'm like, okay, like whatever. He's probably just hanging out at the park. It just made me feel really weird because he was acting really weird. And it's just like, why are you acting like that? So after like 30 minutes, he was still at the park for like an hour. So he completely ghosted me. And I was like, you know what? Why don't we just walk to the park? So that's exactly what I did. Me and my friend walked to the park without him knowing, and I turned off my location. So we get to the park, and mind you, like you couldn't be able to see us. Like he wouldn't have been able to see us. It was so dark. So I was like, this is like low-key perfect. Like what if I catch him doing something? Like I didn't want to, but like I was like, you know what, for the plot. So as we get closer to the park, I hear talking and yeah. And it's a girl, so I look at my friend like, oh, soda. We get quiet and creep up on them. As I get close enough to see them, I see his sister and him. I see them doing something crazy that you should never do with your sister. You guys can kind of pick up what I'm putting down. So as soon as I see them, I immediately yelled out like, oh my god, and they immediately turned their head. And when I tell you, they were shaking. I can't even like tell you what I said. I was just like so disgusted. I was like, that's your sister. And he was saying the usual, like, it's not what you think, I promise, like I can explain. His sister's just over there like shaking in her boots. I was just literally so disgusted. I was like, oh hell no, like we're leaving right now. Because what does one do in that situation when you see your boyfriend doing a squirrel dance on his sister? Like, immediately broke up with him, and then after that, for months, he's told people that I cheated on him. Low-key didn't tell people that he did the renegade on his sister because like that's crazy and I'm not that bad of a person, but you want to see that I cheated on him. Anyways guys, that's my lore, so follow me if you guys want more crazy story times.
Guys, get rid of me while I talk about the time I almost got kidnapped in Home Depot. So basically I was like doing some shopping in Home Depot and then we checked out and went and left the store. Then this guy like walks up to us and is like, oh, like you dropped your money on the floor. So I was like he walked up to me and my mom and like, okay, I'm not gonna lie, we did have cash on us, like we paid with cash, but like we thought it was kind of weird because like, what the heck do you mean like we dropped our money? Like I don't know, it was weird. So then like he tells us like, yeah, it's like right there, like look behind you. So like obviously we look behind us and then and like we see like there's nothing there. I just forgot I'm supposed to be getting ready, so hold on. So then, like, we turn around, and he is so close to us. Like, bro, I'm talking, like, this close. Like, he was, like, this, like, far away. Turn around, then we look back. He's literally right there, like, in our personal space. So then, like, he was just, like, making like conversation with us and like small talk, you know what I mean? And then we're like obviously done putting the stuff in our car, and bro, we just see like I just see a car like just driving up, like in the distance, like gonna drive up to us. So then like I was like, oh break, no. So then I was just like telling my mom, I'm just like, okay, let's get in the car like right now. And she's like, why? And I'm just like, bro, there's literally a car like coming up to us like right now. So then like we like literally run in our car, like close the door, lock it, and then like the guy is just we tell the guy like, oh, we're gonna call 911 if you don't leave us alone. And tell me why the car was a white van. So like immediately me and my mom literally just left because fuck no. But then as we're leaving, like backing out, they're following us. So bro, me and my mom needed to get gas. I know, like the worst thing ever, I know. So we were like, okay, so we're gonna take like a U-turn and like try and go to our house. And they ended up following us to our house. So then obviously we're like, okay, this is not okay. Like, what do we do? So basically, and yeah. Okay, anyways, bye.
Get ready with me while I tell y'all the story of when my boyfriend had a stalker. So this story took place years ago, and my boyfriend had this like big group of friends, and a few of them were guys and a couple of them were girls. It was an eyelash stuck to this. So a couple of the guys were dating a couple of the girls in this group, except for this one particular girl who we'll be talking about. We're gonna give her the name Kayla. So Kayla had a best friend named Ashley, we'll call her, and Ashley was like dating one of the guys in the group, and Kayla was pretty much the only one that was single. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Ashley had a man, and so did, let's call her Kaylee. That's not actually even close to her name, but Kaylee also was dating a guy in the group. So, Kayla used to go everywhere with Ashley. They were like two peas in a pod. They would do everything together. And when Ashley wasn't with her boyfriend, Kayla would get sad when they were all in a group because she didn't like to see all the couples together. So Kayla was the type of person that she was very much like, I guess, like a pick-me. She always wanted to sit next to my boyfriend. Like, if they were in the car, he would, like, literally have to sit in the front seat no matter what, like, no matter who was in the car, because she would, like, force her way next to him and, like, hardcore flirt. And the funny thing is Ashley knew that he was with me, but, like, never really tried to stop Kayla. So this one time, after they were arguing about who was going to sit in the front, because my boyfriend wanted to sit in the front with Ashley because he didn't want to sit next to Kayla, they went to this like country bar downtown, and this is where shit the fan. So people are all dancing together and like having a good time, and all of a sudden Kayla gets all butthurt that no one is dancing with her, and she starts throwing a fit and like crying and just making a scene at this club. So she starts throwing a fit, like begging my boyfriend to dance with her and like totally like yelling, crying. And then Ashley starts asking him, can you please dance with her? Can you please dance with her? Like just so she would calm down. Like, girl, no, that's your friend. So he says no because she is like flipping out, and it's honestly really embarrassing at this point, and the whole group is getting embarrassed. Go to part 2. I'm running out of time and this story is like nuts. So Kayla's like freaking out in the middle of this like bar club type of thing. My boyfriend's texting me because this whole time I'm at work. And he's telling me, like, how she's acting and how Ashley's, like, trying to make her dance with him. So my boyfriend does not dance with her. He keeps telling both of them no at this point. So what does she do? She goes and runs out of this club into the parking lot and stands in the middle of the road. So at this point, Ashley runs outside and is trying to console her friend from, like, crying in the middle of the road. I know, it sounds ridiculous. But she's crying in the middle of the road, and everybody's, like, trying to console her. And my boyfriend is just not having it. Like, at this point, he's, like, ready to go freaking home. Like, he's texting me this entire time what she's doing, and Ashley got mad at him and was like, well, why didn't you just dance with her? So they all go home. She's all upset, and then this is the cherry on top of when I was like, had it with this friend group. Specifically, this one girl. So again, I'm at work when this happened because obviously they wouldn't do it when I would be there, and I actually never had met these girls because they shortly after these incidents had happened, they stopped hanging out. Like, he stopped hanging out with that group in general and only hung out with like one of the guys. But so they were at one of the girls' houses, and they were all drinking, and because the guys were a little bit older, these girls were like 19, I think, and so they were all hanging out, and they had a tattoo gun. So the girls are doing their own thing, the guys are playing like video games, whatnot, drinking, having a good time, and Kayla, I almost said her real name, goes ahead and tattoos my boyfriend's initials on her ankle. When I tell you, because he showed me a picture of it, that I was infuriated because Ashley did it too. I remember I got home from work and I was like crying and like telling my mom, and then like the next day at work I was like telling my boss and like the other girls I worked with, and everyone was like, no. The fact that Ashley even had a boyfriend and saw nothing wrong with tattooing another girl's man on her ankle was just beyond me. I also forgot to mention that at one point Ashley and Kayla and the other girl were trying to convince him to move in with them. Long story short, they're no longer friends anymore, and yeah, what do y'all think of that? That was something that I've always thought about, and it's like super funny now, but it's definitely like boundaries, but yeah.
Get ready, I tell you guys a story time about how I got kidnapped by my Roblox boyfriend about 3 years ago. Actually, it was probably even longer ago than that, but I met him on Adopt Me. Okay, so we were just trading and stuff, and then he like sent me a friend request, and I like obviously accepted it. And then he messaged me and he was like, do you want to play more games? So we played like Fashion Famous. We only really played like Fashion Famous, Obstacles, and Adopt Me. And then we just started playing like a lot because this was kind of during quarantine. So yeah, it was pretty long ago actually, not 3 years ago. What was I thinking? So we were playing like 5 hours a day. Keep in mind, we were also playing with my sister. So like she knew him. So, you know, we didn't expect anything of it because, like, why would we? He always wanted to play with us, and he acted like he was, like, just a normal human being. So then we all just kind of started playing together around 5 to 7 hours a day, like I said. So then eventually he was like, do you have Snapchat so we can also chat on there? And I wasn't going to give him my number, so I just gave him my Snapchat. And I would Snapchat him, like, my face a lot, but he would never Snapchat me his face, you know? He would send me, like, a room sometimes or, like, a wall or just a black screen. But I was, like, little. I didn't think anything of it. Oh, I forgot to mention the part where he would low-key gift me and my sister so many Roblox, but, like, I still thought he was normal because, like, I thought he was just doing it out of niceness. Like, he probably gifted us around $1,000 worth of Roblox, and he would trade us, like, the best pets on Adopt Me. Because we kept on snapping and just playing, and then one day he was like, I think you're really cute, and I think I might have a crush on you. And I had never had a boyfriend or, like, anything like that, so I was like, hell yeah. So I was like, me too, I like you. So then he kind of stopped playing Roblox with me, and we would only really text. And anytime I'd ask him to get on Roblox, he wouldn't really get on Roblox anymore. He said that, like, his account got banned, but his account was still there. And then I was like, well, why don't you make a new account? And he was like, my parents just won't let me. And then, like, one day he asked me where I was from, and I was like, I'm from blank. And he was like, oh my god, I'm from there too. And he was like, what city? I told him what city. And he was like, oh my god, I'm only 5 minutes from there. We should meet up at this grocery store. So I asked my parents, like, the next time they're going to this grocery store, because it was, like, the grocery store we stop at, and they're like, we're going tomorrow. So I was like, okay, like, meet me there tomorrow at blah, 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 what time? So he was like, okay, that's good. Like, my parents are going to bring me, and they want to meet your parents. And I didn't tell my parents because I knew they would say no and not let me go. So we get to the grocery store and I'm like, I'm going to go look for something. And then I went and like met up with him outside and I was looking for him. So I was looking for him and he texted me and he's like, I see you. And I was like, where are you? And he's standing over there by a white van. This man was obviously not a child. So I was like, is that you? You are not a child. And he was like, yeah, that's me. Sorry, I just look a little older. Like, I'm not stupid. Probably like 12, and he was trying to say that he was 16 years old. He was 22. And then he like ran up to me and tried to grab me. But as he was trying to run at me, obviously I ran the other way and I went to my mom and he was like, oopsies. So I guess I wouldn't say I got kidnapped, but I almost got kidnapped.